Some people don't try to be interesting, yet others naturally gravitate toward them. They don't speak the loudest. They don't dominate the room. And yet people lean in. So what's really happening? It's not confidence. It's not looks. And it's not talent. It's a set of social habits most people never notice but respond to immediately. Here's the surprising part. Magnetism isn't something you add. It's something you stop interfering with. When you remove certain habits, over-explaining, seeking approval, filling silence, people feel more comfortable around you. And comfort creates connection. Your nervous system communicates before your words do. If you feel grounded, others feel it. If you feel tense, they feel that too. This is why trying to impress never works. It sends the wrong signal. The people who feel magnetic have learned how to regulate their presence. They listen fully. They respond instead of react. They allow space. These aren't personality traits. They're learnable behaviors. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how small social habits shape how people experience you and how changing them shifts the energy of every interaction. Not by acting confident, not by being louder, but by becoming more present. Stay with this. By the end, you'll understand why magnetism isn't about who you are, but how you show up. Chapter 1. Magnetism is a habit, not a personality. Look, let's kill the biggest lie you've ever been told about social success. People love to say, they're just charismatic, like magnetism is some rare genetic lottery. Like you either got it at birth or you're doomed to awkward small talk forever. That's nonsense. Magnetism isn't a personality. It's a pattern. A repeatable pattern of social habits, tiny behaviors you practice so consistently that people start to feel something when you walk into a room. Here's the brutal truth. Most people are not ignored because they're boring. They're ignored because they're invisible. They show up physically but not energetically. Their eyes don't land, their voice doesn't anchor, their presence doesn't arrive. They're there but they're not felt. Magnetic people do the opposite. They don't just enter rooms, they change rooms, not with loudness, not with fake confidence, with habits. And if habits built your current social reality, habits can rebuild it. Presence, warmth, and intent are the three engines of social magnetism. Presence means you're actually here. People feel seen. Warmth means you're safe to approach. People relax around you. Intent means you bring direction. People trust you. Most people try to be interesting. Magnetic people focus on being interested, grounded, and intentional. Presence is relaxed attention. Warmth is emotional permission. Intent is taking responsibility for momentum. None of this requires you to be extroverted. None of it requires perfect jokes. It requires training. Imagine two people entering the same room. One scans nervously, shoulders tight, half on their phone. They blend into the background. The other pauses for one breath, offers a small, warm smile, and walks towards someone with calm intent. Nothing flashy, nothing forced. And suddenly people feel them. That's magnetism. Not luck, not personality, habits. Chapter 2. The conversation edge make people feel seen, understood, and lit up. People won't remember your job title. They won't remember your outfit. They won't remember the clever line you rehearsed, but they will remember how they felt around you. Did they feel relaxed? Did they feel more confident? Did they feel more themselves? Real charisma isn't about you being impressive. It's about you making others feel powerful in your presence. Magnetic conversation is a system. It's deep listening, questions that create momentum, validation that builds trust, expression that adds flavor without trying too hard. Most people talk too much or too little. Magnetic people lead the emotional experience. They listen for meaning, not just words. They ask questions that move from facts to feelings. They validate emotions without flattery. They share cleanly, briefly, and honestly. People are starving to be understood. When you genuinely understand them, you become rare. And rare is magnetic. You don't need endless techniques. You become the technique. Chapter 3, Commanding Presence, Body Language, Voice, and Boundaries that create instant respect before you speak. People already feel something about you. Your posture, your pace, your stillness. If your body says, "I'm unsure," your words won't save you. Magnetic people don't dominate space. They occupy it calmly. They broadcast stability, clarity, boundaries. Stillness signals confidence. Open posture signals safety. Deliberate movement signals control. Your voice matters too. Slow it down slightly. Finish sentences with certainty. Speak on the exhale, and boundaries are not aggression. They are clarity. You don't need long explanations. Warmth plus truth is enough. Confidence is not a mood. It's a muscle. Train the body and the mind follows. Chapter 4. Social momentum turns strangers into allies, acquaintances into friends, and friends into a tribe. Most people don't fail socially because they lack charm. They fail because they don't build momentum. They have good conversations, then let them die. Connection is built through repetition, shared experience, and small commitments kept over time. Magnetic people don't hope relationships happen. They engineer them intentionally. They follow up. They suggest simple plans. They create rituals. They introduce people. They become the hub. When you build consistency, people move toward you naturally, like warmth around a fire. You stop waiting to belong, you create belonging. Chapter 5, Unbreakable Magnetism, Emotional Control, Rejection Proofing, and Staying Powerful Under Pressure. Anyone can look confident when things go well. The real test is what you do when things feel uncomfortable, when you're ignored, when you feel awkward, when you're rejected. Magnetic people don't collapse internally. They regulate. They don't make moments mean something about their worth. They treat setbacks as data, not diagnosis. They stay warm without clinging, calm without withdrawing. Rejection doesn't weaken them, it filters. They recover quickly. They keep moving. Stability is magnetic because stability feels safe. Chapter 6. The Magnetic Life, Daily Social Habits, Identity, and the System that Makes You Unforgettable. If confidence only shows up when you're in the mood, it won't change your life. Consistency does. Magnetic people aren't performing. They've built systems. They show up as contributors. They lead themselves. They live by standards. Small daily habits compound. Weekly rhythms create community. Long-term identity locks it in. Magnetism becomes who you are, not something you try. Final chapter, the transformation. You didn't learn tricks. You built an operating system. You learned presence, warmth, and intent. You learned how to make people feel seen. You trained your body, voice, and boundaries. You built momentum and community. You became emotionally unshakable. You installed a magnetic lifestyle. This isn't confidence, it's self-leadership. And self-leadership changes everything. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to become someone else. You need to become consistent. Pick one habit. Do it today. Do it tomorrow. Do it until it becomes you. Because the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards embodiment. You're not here to be liked by everyone. You're here to be unforgettable to the right people.